Here we are, ready for another 7 minutes on ITSPmagazine with a new short brand story. Today I'm joined by Simon Hodgkinson, Strategic Advisor at Semperis, the pioneer of identity-driven cyber resilience for cross-cloud and hybrid environments, providing threat monitoring, incident response, and disaster recovery solutions for the enterprise directory services. Welcome, Simon. It's always a great pleasure to chat with you.
Hey, delighted to be with you, Sean. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yep, good stuff, and even more fun when there's an added bonus of some new research and data to help us understand where we sit with respect to risk management, and you get to talk to all kinds of cool people, and I'm hoping you can shed some light on some new stats that you've uncovered with the ransomware report from Semperis. This is going to be about ransomware rooted in identity, and it continues to be a thorn on our side. Ransomware, and in terms of business impact, but also in terms of cost, which includes paying the ransom. And it seems like we're kind of stuck in that world of paying. So what are some of the things you're seeing and hearing?
Yeah, Sean. I mean, the report really elevates the fact that ransomware continues at a pace. And really interesting. There's some really interesting facts in the report. Kind of people that were hit by ransoms. 74% of those attacked were hit multiple times, and I think that is often not talked about in the community. And also comes back to the advice on not paying. I mean, a lot of the times that organizations have actually paid the ransom, they've been hit multiple times within the same 12 months, and sometimes within days of it as well. So, there's a big debate in the industry: should you pay or shouldn't you? And we can talk a little bit more about the need for resilience.
You read my mind, because I want to talk about resilience. Even leading up from RSA conference a number of months back, resilience continues to be a topic, and I think it's a result of the CIO and the rest of the executive suite being more cognizant of what cyber risk means and its impact on resilience to the business. So what are you hearing in that regard as well?
Well, I'm glad you said business resilience, actually, Sean, because I think too many people are still using the language of cyber resilience. Cyber is just a business risk, and actually what we need to do is educate the executives that actually this is all about protecting the business outcomes, so making sure your organizations are operationally and business resilient. And in order to do that, you kind of need to understand what is the outcome you're delivering as a business. What is the end-to-end business process that actually satisfies delivery of that outcome, whether it's selling fuel to people or selling goods or banking or what have you. And in understanding that, you can prioritize the things you need to kind of protect the most. And interestingly, you mentioned identity at the start of this. It's at the core of everybody's digital ecosystem is the identity platform. If the identity platform doesn't exist, a business won't be able to deliver its ultimate outcome. And every business now is really a digital business. There's not many organizations that don't have a digital ecosystem. And the vast majority of that digital ecosystem runs on the identity platform. And for north of 95% of the organizations out there, that's like Active Directory, a 25-year-old piece of technology. There's not many technologies that I've been in the industry longer than it's and Semperis, Active Directory is up there.
It certainly is, and it happens to also be at the core of the ransomware attacks, because the directory holds the access controls and the rights to what people and machines, right, and applications these days as well, can access and do. So that's a prime target for ransomware.
It is the target. Every threat actor, ultimate goal is to own Active Directory, because once you own Active Directory, you've got a pass to everywhere in the organization. Whether that's to create some kind of destructive event and an availability event, such that you can't deliver the technology for it because the digital ecosystem is down, or whether it's from a data exfiltration perspective. If you can elevate privileges to domain admin, you've got access to all areas, and therefore you can create the maximum damage. As I said, whether it's data exfiltration or an availability event like destructive malware or ransomware, that's what the actors are after.
And our organizations, I presume a lot of them are, but do we have a good enough handle? Maybe the reports suggest otherwise, that we're not getting a good handle on the connection between identity and ransomware. We're continuing to pay and continuing to get hit multiple times. How does Semperis, and more specifically the Purple Knight offering, which I think we spoke about this a while back, how does it help organizations identify the risk and get a handle on ransomware in their organization?
Yeah, well, Purple Knight's a great piece of community software. It's a fantastic piece of software that tells you about your indicators of exposure and your indicators of compromise. It's a one-off assessment that will tell you in really clear language what you need to do to fix those biggest vulnerabilities. But to answer your question, I don't think people are paying enough attention to that end-to-end digital ecosystem and how you can recover from it. So, for most organizations, if they have a ransomware event where they can't recover the systems, they're going to pay the ransomware. Otherwise, it's a existential event for them. So it's critical that people have a plan to recover from these events and not pay the ransom. A considerable amount of people who paid, 35% of victims who paid the ransom didn't receive the decryption keys, or they didn't work. So you have to have a recovery capability as well. And Semperis is at the forefront of the backup and recovery of AD with integrity and in an agile mode.
Recovery equals resilience, and that impacts the business. And that's 7 minutes here on ITSP Magazine.